Hi, everybody. Hello, and how are you? I hope you all are doing well. I'm doing basically well, but lately in my memory is getting so poor that I'm getting a little concerned. And so I guess I don't need to get concerned. I just need to just go on with life just the way it is and not just worry about it. But what happened to really give me a reminder, I guess, that I am losing something. And so, but I'm going to continue making videos, and you can just watch what happens. I, but anyhow, the other day, yesterday, I guess I was working on this here project, and I thought I had just figured out how to make these kind of leaves like this by making like one petal of a lacy daisy stitch. And I was thinking, wow, that is really cool. I'd never heard of that before, or I never thought to do it that way before. And then because I go back and forth from project to project, I pulled this little sampler that I've been making. I pulled this out and I thought, well, I think I want to work on this a little bit more. And you all have seen this. Well, if you've been hanging out with me, if you've been that bored. um, and so I pulled this piece out that I've been working on, and I looked here on these leaves, and they're exactly the same thing. I have done them before. I have done them exactly like that before with the same ribbon, and it's not been that long ago. How come I didn't remember from this project to this project that I've done them before? That just almost just breaks my heart. But I've done exactly the same thing. So that just, I don't know. I'm just going to accept life as it dishes it out from one day to the next. And, but this is coming out nice. I, I like to put, there's a couple of new stitches too that I've just learned, that I think I just learned. That, and I see them on these little TikToks or shorts or whatever they are I watch. And I said, whoa, that is cool. And so then I repost them up on my timeline just so I have them still there so I don't forget them. And so, but now I have forgotten what I put up there. Oh, one was a leaf using the end of a pencil. Well, that one there I want to try. And, oh, good, I remembered. And I don't remember what the other one was, although I just did it 3 minutes ago. But so I'm going to be working on this some more. But back and forth is what I do. I don't stick to one project. But then, even on the same video, when I was doing this one, I said that I don't put ribbon through ribbon because it'll hang up in there. Why did I say that? Because that's not true. Um, so, but now here, I was watching another video yesterday, and I was watching a lady embroidering with ribbon, and she was doing this ribbon, this here leaf, which all, and I thought, well, that is a simple leaf, but you just go right through the ribbon. So, so, oh, I put a couple more little branches on this little branch, this little branch, and this little branch. That I just added them because I'm going to be adding some more somethings to that. But like now another way to do a leaf that I learned, which you probably all know that, and I've probably done this before, but I don't remember it, And so I'm putting my needle through up here, pulling the ribbon through. Okay, then just pulling that ribbon through, and up at the length you want the leaf, then you take your needle right there, and then I pull that up, and well, I want my leaf to be about this big right there, and so that's about 3/4 of an inch, and so I'll just put my needle right through that ribbon and pull it through. You got to watch that your ribbon isn't all twisted, because if it's all twisted, then it makes a funny thing. But then you gently pull that through there, and look how once it went through there, it pulled the top of the ribbon to be in a leaf shape. It just kind of folded it in there on itself. This one here didn't work out too good, and this one didn't work out too good. They're kind of, but see how that is so cool. Now this is the Lazy Daisy stitch one I did, and then this one is just a straight one, which of course that takes a whole lot less ribbon. And so let me see if I can make another one down here. I'll probably have so many leaves on this thing, it'll look like just an old leaf thing. But so I'll just put that. This ribbon is sort of shiny on one side and matte on the other, so I want to kind of twist that ribbon, and then I want it to go. Oops. And then I want it just to I want it to go that direction. So I'll just put my needle down there in the center of that ribbon to the length I want the leaf. Of course you can't see me, I've got hands. There, and I'll put that through, and then as I pull that ribbon through, that top where I just poked it through, I want to make sure my ribbon isn't all twisted in a mace there, and then just pull that through gently, and then stop it. Don't pull tight. Just stop it right there. That's what I did up here, was I pulled too tightly. When I pulled too tightly on these couple. But then if you look at a tree, all the leaves might look a little different. Each leaf might look a little bit different. But I like that leaf. And now I'll probably forget it in about 3 minutes or 3 days. And so then I'll have to relearn how to make them. But I'm hoping that now that I'm talking myself through it, that I'll remember. But I'm telling you, for when I pulled this piece out, and I saw that I had already done something that I thought I just learned, it just broke my heart. It did, because I thought, how come I thought I just learned it, but I didn't. I already knew it before. So, but I did the same way on these little narrow leaves right there. I did the same way. So the petals on these flowers, which I've done the Lazy Daisy stitch. I know I've done that before. And so I've pretty much got that one. But I just did not remember that I made the leaves out of that. And so I guess so it's okay, because when you learn something new, it's like I get excited when I learn something new. And so if I think I learned something new, I'll just keep getting excited about that. I'll just keep getting excited about that. And so, it just gives me more to be excited about. Oh, who knows? Who even knows? So anyhow, but I'm going to be using, since the Lazy Daisy stitch is one of my um, something I do know how to do. I can use it in different ways. I could even I could probably even make a butterfly using the Lazy Daisy stitch for the wings. I don't know, I can do that. And so, but it shows me too that no matter what you're doing, no matter if you've got a needle and you have uh, if you've got needle and you have a thread through it of any kind, it can be a ribbon, it can be a thread, it can be yarn, it can be anything that you can poke through a needle. Well then, and you can get it through a piece of fabric, that you can just make up your own. You just make your own rules up as you go along. You just make them up and you just stitch along. And some people have wrote books as they're stitching along and they figure something out, then they add that to their book. And so in my mind's eye, I would think those people are perfect because they know this stuff and they do it the perfect way. But they are no different than I am. Those ones that have the books that they, of course, there's stitches that have been used since for eons, the same stitches over and over. But that as I look through these books, there's so many stitches that are real similar to a different kind of stitch. Like, for instance, a French knot. Took me forever to figure out how to do that French knot, but now I know how to do that. And but if you look through the books, there is a simple French knot with one wrap. They call that one thing. And then if it's got two wraps, they'll call it another thing. And if they have three wraps, you call it still another thing. And then if you put like 19 wraps, then they call it a bullion stitch. So that's what happens is sometimes a creator will take one stitch that is very well known as a stitch and they'll add something to it and then call it another stitch. So you can add anything you want. One of the things that I like doing is make just a simple running stitch along your fabric. But then after you make the running stitch, then you switch to a different color or a different fiber or something, and then you take that stitch and you just go along and weave into that stitch different things. Like you might make a stitch out of just a cord of some kind, and then you might take a ribbon and do the weaving in and out of each stitch, and then you've made a whole nother stitch. Hi, Papa, what's up with you?
I just wanted to let you know I was going to run away from home.
You're going to run away from home?
Yeah.
Okay, are you taking baggage with you or anything?
Nope.
You're not packing a toothbrush or nothing?
Nope.
Oh, that's right. You don't need a tooth. He don't need no toothbrush because his tooths are in a cup. They're in a cup. He just leaves them in the cup. He don't carry them with him. You ought to see him chew a pork chop. He don't need no teeth.
Yeah.
You're so pretty.
Listen to you. You the only pretty thing around here.
Isn't he funny? He's a funny boy. He's my funny boy. Yeah. 80-year-old funny boy.
Yeah, I'll be back in here shortly.
Okay, you be back in. You be careful. Don't be checking transmissions out there.
Okay.
Yeah, tell him not to check transmissions. Okay. So now I don't know what I was talking about. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was just talking about just be creative. Just be creative. And so, But and then oh, then I wanted to tell you something else. Oh, I don't know what I did with my. There was another little hat thing I bought from Timu, but I lost it. I can't find it. I know where I put it. I know I put it in a certain thing, but I can't find the certain thing. Oh, and let me tell you too, you're going to start seeing a little bit more organization. God, are my fingers wrinkled? Just, jeez, am I getting wrinkled or what? But anyhow, you're going to start seeing a little bit more organization. Not right away, but you'll see it real soon, because the reason being is now that we've got this extra room again, now that Jennifer's moved out into her own house, we've got one room here, and we have been toying with the idea. Are we going to? It could have been my son's office, or it could be a room for one of the girls, or it could be brought back to my little studio. And at first I said, no, you guys use that room. I really can, I'll be fine with just all of my stuff just in a mess in here. And, but now, and so, but there's still stuff in there from when it was my studio. And so I've went through it, and I've went through it, and I have donated a lot of stuff, threw away a lot of stuff. And then I'm to the point now that I'm looking at what's still in there, because it's up on shelves and stuff. And I think, I can't figure out what else to get rid of or what to do with it, because I have so much, because I've been crafting all of my life. And I've lived in this house for 30 years of just poking, adding to my collection of necessary someday things. Someday this is going to be necessary in my life. And, but I've donated things that I said, well, I can get rid of this, and then if I feel like I need it again later, it's inexpensive enough that I can just replace it. And so there's a lot of things like some of the things a lot of us collect is like cardboard that might be a book cover one day, or like the brown paper that comes in as filler in a package you get. I iron that and I fold it up because I might need that for pages later. And those kind of things like that I've donated. Just or that's the stuff I threw away. And and then there's a lot of things that I donated. And I just feel like if I donate it to the thrift shop won't know how valuable it is. And if the thrift shop people, because usually they have volunteers that go through this stuff to volunteers, and a lot of times they are like at the one I go a lot is Jericho Road Ministries thrift shop, and a lot of those people that go through the stuff to price it and put it on the shelves, they probably wouldn't even know how valuable it was, and they probably would just throw it away. And so but I have donated things like maybe I just made some covers for a journal or something like that. I've had a lot of that kind of stuff, and I've donated that, and they probably just took that stuff and threw it away, because for them it would look like, oh no, here's a book with no pages, throw that away. And so I just worry about even stuff that I donate. And so, but like I say, I got to the point that I look around that room and I think, I can't, like all of my tools, I have a lot of tools that I use, like for cutting out an envelope, or those envelope boards, or those boards you can make a frame out of paper or something. I just I can't part with it. And I might not use it for the rest of my life. I don't know, because I could have 2 minutes for the rest of my life. I could have 2 decades even still. That would make me 95. And I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. And so, but it's hard to get shed of that. So it's going, that room, my son said, okay, there's going to be no more question. We're going to use that room for your your studio-ish kind of stuff, you know. And so I think I'm going to leave my computer right here where I do my where I do my videos. But in here will be not things that I will be the things I'm using now, not the things that I'll use maybe later. And so there's going to be still a table in the middle of that room that Aria and I can do our crafting at. But around, there's shelves around that are up on the wall. And so that's going to hold a lot of supplies. And we're getting it sorted into, well, like in here, I've been doing a lot of sorting into the shoe boxes that you can get like at the Dollar Tree, or actually they're cheaper now at Walmart. Um, the clear shoe boxes, and then I put labels on them as to what's in them. And so when they're stacked up on the shelf, then I can just read the labels, and I know what's in those boxes. I might even put them in alphabetical order. But but I was just looking at the monitor at myself, and I seen on this dress these little flowers. Do you see those little white flowers? Do you ever watch Marion's World? Marion's World does beautiful work with embroidery too. And I just watched yesterday because one of my subscribers sent me the link to this particular, which I watch Marion's World a lot, but I have not seen all of her videos. She's got gorgeous videos and she does gorgeous work. But just yesterday, I saw her, and she's doing this work on a linen dress that she has. She has a dress that she's been doing a lot of embroidery on the dress. She must not plan to wash the dress. It's going to sit there till she gets it done. Maybe she'll wear it once for an hour and then hang it back up. But these flowers, now that I'm looking, I can't point this flower right here. She showed how she made that flower, and I'm trying to think of the name of the flower, but I can't think of it. But it looks, when she made it, it looks perfect like this, because she did it with white ribbon. She did, I'd have to look at it again to see exactly, but she did it with white ribbon, a French knot in the middle, like a double French knot. Like she did a French knot in the middle, but didn't pull it tight, so there was like a hole in the middle. Then right in the center, she put another little tiny French knot in the center of that French knot she made to make the center. And then when it was finished and it looked like this all white, she took her watercolor paint and painted the a light blue color on it to where it was actually darker on the outside and grew lighter on the inside the way she put the paint on. And it made it beautiful. It made it look exactly like it comes out of the dirt. And I just thought of that because I just noticed the flower on my dress. So I want to make some of those. I want to try that. I might even try that on this one I'm working on now. I might try it. Although this is getting pretty much filled up. I might have to do that on my strip over here that I'm working on. But I do want to try that. And so this girl, okay, and now that was in Marion's World. So if you go to Marion's World, oh my gosh, for one thing, she's a beautiful lady to listen to. You can tell she's beautiful inside and out. And she sticks to her. So many of these YouTubers, they stick to their subject, that they don't go off in left field like I do. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess I played left field too when I was playing softball. I don't know. But she does beautiful work, and she explains it so explicitly, like you know exactly what she's doing because she explains it so well. That's Marion's world. And then what else was I going to say? I was just fixing to say something else, but it left the track there, left the whole train depot. But anyhow, yeah, I do want to try that. I might try it on this though. I might try it on this. I might do that. You know what? Another thing I want to do. One of the things that I bought from Timu, I haven't been able to wear it yet on my, because I put it in something and I don't know where I put it in. But it's a hat. I like to put something on my head to hide the real me. So, because I'm hiding from the FBI and the CIA and the APMNS. I don't know. I hide from them. But this is a weaving that I did some time ago. I just did the weaving on this peg weaving thing here. And see this, I got this peg weaving thing stuck right here to my sewing machine table. But see, I can take the pegs out of there, just the pegs out of there, leave the base attached to my sewing machine table, and still use my sewing machine. So that's works good. But I had made this, and not to be anything, it just because I just put different fabrics in there. Well, then I got this hat. I wish I could. Well, if I can find it in the next week or two, I'll show you. I don't know what. But now, I take this and I fold it like this in half, and then I take and if I crochet along the edge right here, I could maybe even tie those little strings together. Somehow, I'm going to stitch this together on the end right here. Or maybe I'll do the pink and leave this in the front. I don't know. But this is going to be then a hat. This is going to be a hat for me. Like the ones that I see in that I bought from, I think I might have bought two from Timu. I got to stay away from Timu and Amazon. I got to just stay out of their business. But I ordered from Timu. But now, then, so this is the hat. And then from here, then there's like braided strands that make like a ponytail. And then, I'm still looking for it, I think. And then from these front corners right here, then there's like a braid from here that just hangs down in front like this, a pretty braid out of different yarns. And so I'm going to be working on this. I'm gonna make a hat out of this. So because sometimes my hair isn't no good for public knowledge. And so if I make a hat out of that, so that's why I like to have my headwear. My headwear. Did I put it in this bag? I got this whole bag right here under my feet. This is all headwear. It can be a wig. There's wigs in there. Maybe I put it in here. See, this is the hat I was wearing the other day. Yeah. Oh, and then this one, I was wearing this hat. See, I just got all this stuff in here. This is another hat like this one. It's got a ponytail on it. Looks like a rat's nest in here, doesn't it? But it's fun. It's fun. I got to dig to the bottom. Oh, this one here that I just bought, darn it, it's too little. I like it, but the hat's too little. I mean, I can get it on my head, but it's like too little. I still might use it though. But I can. Look at there. I've even got some pink hair. I gotta wear these up. I can't let all my money go to waste. Yeah, there's some. Anyway, that just sits right under here. So I can grab hold of a little bit. Do you know what I did with? Oh, a little bit doesn't talk. Forgot. A little bit doesn't talk. Now, okay, well, I think I've taken up enough of your time now. Let's see if there's anything. You know, I've bought things so much that, look at this. As I'm going through stuff, I found that I have 3 bottles of this Fabric Fusion. Because then when I can't find it, I buy some more. If I can't find it, I just say, well, I'll buy some more. And then I bought some more. So I've got 3 bottles of that stuff. So I got plenty of that. I probably got plenty of everything. But once I start going through stuff, then I got way more than anybody needs. Okay, now. Still trying to see if I can see where I put that stuff. Well, I'm not going to worry about it. All right. So, I've been here for 31 minutes and 36 seconds. It says right there on my screen. That's how come I know. So I'm going to read. Oh, I think today I'm going to read. I better read a Jesus Calling this morning. See what kind of messages he left on my answering book. Sort of like an answering machine, but it's answering book. And today is March 25th. Ooh, it's March the 21st. I get to look at my bank account and see what see if and how much of a bonus I get this month for my YouTube channel. Now, some people make a living off of it, and they don't have to have no more income but YouTube. Well, for mine, when I come on the 21st, that's when I get to see how much I got to spend on stupid stuff I don't need. But some of that stuff you don't need. You do need, really. You really need it. And so, but always on the 21st is when I get, and how I get, how we make money on that, the YouTubers, is like the advertisements that go on, onto your in the videos. If people watch them, then you get a little token. And then also when you get a what do you call them? It's not a happy meal. It's like a, like when you're commenting, and if you put in you can put in a monetary gift somehow. And I don't know how that's done because I haven't done it myself. I have to look more into that. But I get, like, in the comments, sometimes it'll say $2, $5. You know, somebody's put in a little tip, and I can't remember what they call them. Or if I do a live stream and somebody puts in you can, well, on a live stream, you can put in a little tip in there too. And I'm not sure how that works either. But that money just gets collected, and on the 21st is when they put it all together. And then and then also the money that gets collected for the members. For the members pay a little bit. It all adds up to a pretty good chunk for me to go shopping at Temu or Amazon or wherever I shop. It's the only places I shop. Anyhow, okay, what is today? The 21st. Oh, that's right. That's what we were talking about. Okay, so March the 20th. Can you believe how fast the year is going by? How come it's going by so fast this year? Here it is, almost the very end of March. And it seems like we just got done with Christmas, you know? And so, okay, March 21st, it says, trust me and don't be afraid. for I am your strength and song. Think what it means to me as your strength. I spoke the universe into existence. I spoke the universe into existence. My power is absolutely unlimited. Human weakness consecrated to me is like a magnet drawing my power into your readiness, or your neediness, rather. However, fear can block the flow of my strength into you. Instead of trying to fight your fears, concentrate on trusting me. When you relate to me in confident trust, there is no limit to how much I can strengthen you. Remember that I am also your song. I want you to share my joy, living in conscious awareness of my presence. Rejoice as we journey together toward heaven. Join me in singing my song. And that is beautiful. And when I read this and it says I can be whoever you want I to be. Now, I do know that in many different beliefs and customs, religions, whatever, we might say God, some might say Bob, some might say Ralph, I don't know, just whatever you call the great universe, the great universe. And that's it. The great universe is who I am. And the universe, just like it says here, I spoke universe into existence. And so, and that is what I have learned to believe myself. And and it doesn't matter what we want, what name we want to put on that highest power. The highest power is that energy that brought the universe into existence. Okay, anyway. Anyhow, then we go to Isaiah 12:2 and 3. Surely God is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid. The Lord, is my strength and my song. He has become my salvation. With joy, you will draw water from the wells of salvation. Boy, I could go into that one too. I need to be a preacher. Okay, and then in Psalms 21:6, surely you have granted him eternal blessings and made him glad with the joy of your presence. Psalms 21:6. So that's our reading for today. Thank you for staying this late if you did. If you didn't, thank you anyway, but you won't hear me because you're not here. And so, and with that, I ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make. Keep you safe and secure, keep you happy, healthy, and humble, and just keep being your beautiful self. And if you don't want to keep being your beautiful self, well, just stay one more day. One more day. Just one more day. Stay one more day and reevaluate things tomorrow. Okay. God bless and keep you. And I'll see you on the next video. God bless.